The rideshare app notification lit up Marcus Webb's phone at 11 p.m. He was about to log off for the night. He'd been driving for 8 hours already, and his 10-year-old daughter Zoe was asleep at his sister's house waiting for him to pick her up. But then he saw the fare estimate, $5,000. Marcus stared at his phone. That had to be a mistake. No ride was worth $5,000 unless it was cross-country. He was about to dismiss it when another message came through. I need a driver for the evening. Professional event, 4 hours maximum. I'll pay $5,000 cash. Are you available? Marcus did quick mental math. $5,000 would cover Zoe's school tuition for the semester, would let him finally fix the transmission on his car that had been slipping, would give them breathing room for the first time in months. But 4 hours meant not picking up Zoe until after 3 a.m., meant his sister would be annoyed, meant breaking the promise he'd made to himself about always putting his daughter first. His phone buzzed again. I know it's late notice. I'm desperate. My regular driver had an emergency. Please. Marcus made a decision. He called his sister. Sarah, I know this is a huge ask, but can Zoe sleep at your place tonight? I have a fare that would really help us out financially. How much are we talking? Sarah asked, skeptical. $5,000. For one night? Marcus, that sounds like a scam or something illegal. The passenger is verifying through the app. Everything's legitimate. I'll split it with you. Call it $1,000 for babysitting. Sarah laughed. I don't need your money. But yes, Zoe can stay. Be careful, though. Nobody pays $5,000 for a normal ride. Marcus accepted the fare. The pickup address was in the city's most expensive neighborhood. He pulled up to a mansion with a circular driveway and security gates. A woman emerged from the house, and Marcus understood immediately why this wasn't a normal ride. She was stunning. Late 20s, wearing a burgundy evening gown that probably cost more than his car, diamonds at her throat and wrists. She walked with confident purpose toward his vehicle and slid into the back seat. You're Marcus? She asked, checking her phone. Yes, ma'am. And you are? Charlotte Hastings, CEO of Hastings Industries. Tonight I have a series of business dinners and social events. I need a driver who can be professional, discreet, and won't ask questions. Can you do that? Yes, ma'am. Good. First stop is the Capitol Club. Do you know where that is? Marcus knew. It was the most exclusive restaurant in the city where reservations took months and memberships cost 6 figures. The evening was unlike anything Marcus had ever experienced. He drove Charlotte from the Capitol Club to a private art gallery opening, then to a rooftop cocktail party, then to a late-night business meeting at a penthouse office. At each stop, Charlotte emerged looking flawless and returned looking progressively more exhausted. By the third event, Marcus noticed her taking off her heels in the car and rubbing her feet. Long night? Marcus asked, breaking his silence for the first time. Endless, Charlotte said. I've had 12 business conversations, declined 3 marriage proposals from men who want access to my company, and smiled so much my face hurts. Marriage proposals? Not romantic ones, transactional ones. I'm 28 and run a company worth $2 billion. Every man I meet either wants to acquire my business or wants me to fund theirs. Nobody sees me as a person anymore. Marcus didn't know what to say to that, so he drove quietly. At the final event, a late-night meeting with investors, Charlotte returned to the car looking defeated. Can we just drive for a bit? I don't want to go home yet. Where to? Anywhere. Just drive. I'll pay you for the extra time. Marcus drove through the city following the lakefront, giving Charlotte time to decompress. After 20 minutes of silence, she spoke. Why are you doing this? Driving for ride share at midnight? Single father. My daughter needs school tuition, clothes, medical care. This pays better than my day job as a warehouse supervisor. How old is your daughter? 10. Her name is Zoe. She's asleep at my sister's house right now, probably annoyed that I didn't come get her. You chose this fare over picking up your daughter? Marcus felt defensive. The money matters. This one night will help us for months. I wasn't criticizing, Charlotte said. I was admiring. You made a hard choice to provide for your child. That takes courage. They drove in comfortable, silence for a while longer. Then Charlotte asked, where would you take someone if you wanted to show them something real? Not expensive or impressive, just real. Marcus thought about it. There's a diner on the east side. Opens at midnight, serves breakfast to third-shift workers. Nothing fancy, but the food's honest and the people are genuine. Take me there. Ma'am, you're wearing a dress that probably costs more than my car. Take me there, Marcus, please. I haven't had a real conversation all night. I'd like to end the evening with something authentic. Marcus drove to Eddie's diner. Charlotte didn't change clothes or remove her diamonds. She just walked in wearing her evening gown, sat in a worn booth, and ordered pancakes and coffee. The night shift workers stared, but Charlotte ignored them. She and Marcus talked for 2 hours about real things: parenting struggles, financial stress, the loneliness of working constantly, the challenge of maintaining identity when life demands so much. "I was supposed to be an artist," Charlotte said. "Painting was my passion, but I inherited my father's company when he died suddenly, and suddenly I was running a corporation at 25. 3 years later, I can't remember the last time I picked up a paintbrush." "I was supposed to be a teacher," Marcus shared. "History was my subject, but Zoe's mother left when she was 2, and teaching salaries don't cover single parenthood. So I work 2 jobs and teach Zoe history at night instead at 3 a.m. Marcus drove Charlotte home. At her mansion, she handed him an envelope. "The $5,000 as promised, plus another $5,000 because tonight meant more to me than you know." "I can't accept double." "You can and you will. Marcus, I spend my days surrounded by people who want something from me. You just listened. You shared honestly. You treated me like a person. That's worth more than money." She paused. "I'd like to hire you as my regular driver. Not for rideshare rates, as my personal driver. Salary of $80,000 a year. Normal business hours, full benefits, and you can bring Zoe to work with you when needed. We have on-site childcare." Marcus stared. "Why would you offer me that?" "Because you're honest, because you understand hard work, and because I need someone in my life who sees me as Charlotte, not as the CEO of Hastings Industries. Will you accept?" 3 months later, Marcus was Charlotte's full-time driver and, increasingly, her friend. Zoe attended the company's elite on-site school. Charlotte started painting again, using the studio space in her mansion that had sat empty for 3 years. And slowly, carefully, a friendship built on honesty and mutual respect began to deepen into something more. 1 year after that midnight ride, Charlotte and Marcus were engaged. The business world was shocked, the billionaire CEO marrying her driver. Society pages called it scandalous. Charlotte didn't care. At their wedding, she gave a toast that silenced the critics. "A year ago, I paid a stranger $5,000 to drive me to business events. I expected professional service. Instead, I found someone who treated me like a human being, who listened, who shared his own struggles honestly, who reminded me that success means nothing if you're lonely." Marcus didn't save me because I needed rescuing. He saved me because I'd forgotten what it felt like to be seen. That's priceless. Marcus raised his glass. "I accepted that fare because I needed money. I stayed because I found someone worth knowing. Charlotte taught me that struggling isn't shameful, that asking for help is strength, and that sometimes the best opportunities come from saying yes when you're scared. Thank you for choosing me, not despite where I came from, but because of who I am." If this story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe for stories about finding connection across different worlds. Comment about a choice you made for financial reasons that led somewhere unexpected. Your story might encourage someone to take that opportunity today.